if we're not going to actually make ourselves whole and balance individuals from a physiological and a psychological standpoint, as well as a biological standpoint, meaning that you don't need to go to nobody else for your health. Now, of course, at the time when it needs, you definitely need to go, right? But at the same time, why don't we live in a dynamic of sustaining the very thing that we want to keep sacred? Because without it, we don't have nothing else. Life, health. So it's weird to me when I talk to somebody and they tell me that, I didn't want to go and eat that because it's just too expensive. Wait, you talking about you didn't want to go buy the groceries and get the salad so that we make it in the house ourselves, but you'd rather go buy this motherfucking $3 sandwich? And we was gonna spend $6 and the salad we was gonna make probably have some leftovers for 2 days or some shit like that. That's just a small example, a little picture for someone to see like, okay, wait. I'm gonna go buy some food that's fast, acidic, worse for my body, worse for my digestion, worse for my energy, than to actually spend a little bit more to create something that's wholesome, balanced, hydrating, possibly acidic, possibly alkaline, but either way, it's more wholesome. And you're going to have more than the one seating. Basically, what I'm talking to the world about is, I don't know whose folks is on here right now, but we need to learn how to cook. Basically, that's what I want to say, because if the idea of food is so perpetuating the dynamic of what I need on the immediates, the time, how I don't want to do things, how I don't know, how I don't want to learn, then motherfucker, we're going to just be spending all our money on somebody else preparing our meals. And we're going to be eating the most, well, you can still buy healthy meals, but then, it's definitely not going to be this comparison. But at the same time, basically what I'm saying is, it doesn't make sense for us to live a life where we don't know how to actually provide ourselves with the resources, so we're going to spend an entire life paying somebody else the entire time. Like, what kind of understanding does that hold? That basically shows ignorance, because if you don't know how to basically feed yourself, you basically got to go to all the other cultivations that people have, whether it's an Indian restaurant, a Chinese restaurant, an African restaurant, or wherever else you're going. You're going somewhere else for somebody else to show you how to make this food so you can put it in your body. Now, of course, there are some ways in which this helps in the effectiveness of time and also the manageability. You can get a chef. It's not to say that you have to go and shop at a grocery store or a local place that dishes food to the public, that you can still have your own chef or someone like this. But the idea and the construct that I feel like it just should be blanket. I feel like it should be a blanket. Every individual should know what it takes to sustain their own body with food. I feel like everybody should know that. I don't feel like, for me at least, I guess I could say this because my mother is the one who carries all of that, right? My dad, I haven't seen him make anything that I've eaten. And I can't even tell you I have. Maybe he's the one that buy the pizza maybe or something like this, but that's exactly what I'm talking about, because the dynamic of not knowing lets you, be in problem zones, so you got to look for a solution. The solution is somebody else who's cooking in this conversation. So everybody should know the solution of food and cooking and preparing food, or whether cooking means tossing salads or cooking means blending smoothies. We don't necessarily mean we're using fire when I say cooking anyways, but I'm just saying that because it means preparation of food. Some people's raw food cooking with a dehydrator, however it goes. Everybody should know how to do that for themselves, and they should be interested to know that, or they should be in the space of, how do I say, interested in upholding the value of that area in life. Because, for example, there's many ways that can go. Let's say somebody doesn't want to learn how to cook, so they just cook the way that they know, and they give themselves good stuff, even though it might not be in a way in which someone who wants to prepare the food will prepare it, but they prepare in a way that's good for them. They're still eating wholesome and healthy and balanced foods. There's nothing to add to that. It's basically to say, oh, have you seen this? Have you seen this? Have you seen this? And if they've seen anything after what you said and they like it, they should apply it, because that's exactly what you do with knowledge. Once you acquire it, you apply it. So it's like, oh, well, damn, I like this seasoning that y'all made on this shit. Like, y'all made the green beans. What y'all use? That shit on the green beans was dope. Then you take this from the green beans and you start using it too. Like, you use the same seasoning because you had it and it was delicious. This is called learning. This is called growing. So there's that. But then on the other side of it, it's like, oh, well, I didn't know what to do, so I fucking went to the grocery store and I bought this Lunchables. Like, that's exactly what I'm talking about. And if you don't fucking know, then you got to look for some Lunchables or some shit that's already put together so that it can be done for you. And that's okay if you don't want to do it. But I feel like I'm fucking here and I'm talking to you and I'm telling you, you should want to fucking know how to do that shit. Because when you do know how to do that shit, you are enthused and in bliss and ecstatic exploration with yourself when you're putting shit together. Because every single time you put something together, it's like, damn, this motherfucking smooth. Damn! I have a smoothie that I'm so excited to share, and I haven't shared just yet because I know that people just want to like kind of see things presented a certain way. Oh my God, I am perfecting this smoothie, y'all. I'm telling y'all, and I am perfecting the name for the joint too. Cause like when somebody drinks this smoothie, they're gonna be like, oh, I've never had nothing like this in my whole life. And that's the whole fact they're gonna feel, because that's exactly what I'm doing. I'm creating things never been had by having all the shit already. Oh, y'all had this, had this, had this, had this. Oh shit, well I recognize, oh, when I had these, you have to be the one to explore and figure this shit out. So knowing how to cook is very important. It's non-negotiable in my books. And if you're reading with me, y'all better know my books really good, because, you know, I feel like everything that I put in my books is on purpose. It's wholesome. It's with reasoning, you know. So this entire spill and share, it's a sacred share, really. It's really because, you know, I've been experiencing encounter situations where individuals don't see the value in cooking. And I'm so honored to have, like, people in my close circle who are, like, I wouldn't even say vigilant, but they're just, like, very diligent and disciplined about, you know, the way they choose to eat. That has nothing to do with how they make their food. You know what I'm saying? Like, what I'm talking about is, what does the individual see as food? And in order to change that, an individual has to explore what the options are. And that's what I'm basically saying in all of this. And when somebody gets to do that for themselves, they don't look for other people to serve them food. They don't look for other people to cook for them. They don't look for other people to make their food for them, or to make sure that they've consumed something that is of nutritional value and substance for that day, every day. And I would say that this is coming from a person who went to college and was eating all the garbage you could find and snacking on all the snacks throughout the night, and eating shit late in the night, fucking up my circadian rhythm, and just entertaining brain fog with all the foods and wondering why the whole time, and still choosing to fucking get the number 2, and still choosing to get 3 instead of 1, and still choosing, you know, I didn't make no videos around none of that stuff, but if I did, I would showcase myself and let y'all know, like, look, I'm not talking about this shit like my parents raised me like this. I'm raising them in this to the depth of their interest. Goddamn, you feel me? And if not, then I guess, you know, I know what it is, because I could tell y'all this: if I didn't change anything about what I was doing, and I didn't have the awareness of how the mind cultivates the experience, I would get something similar, because we all eating the same foods and sharing the same ideas. So that's basically saying, oh yeah, yeah, I don't like people with red hair, because people with red hair always so and so and so and so. And the person who's mentioning that probably meant 2 folks with red hair, and that shit was exactly what it was, right? But then I met somebody with red hair, and I ain't have none of that shit. And I know them for 3 years, so I'm like, shit, I never heard y'all talk about nobody with red hair. I know Sam with red hair. I've been talking to Sam with red. Sam's one of my buddies. Sam make sure the phones is good. Me and Sam make sure he be shipping electronic. So I'm like, wait, I'm not going to put on their thinking just because that's what it is in the circle right now, and I'm breaking the circle. Bitch, I happily break this bitch. What the hell? I'm not wearing that. Now I'm going to start looking for that in Sam. I never seen it in Sam. Why I'm looking for it now? Well, I'm only looking for it now because I've been introduced that. See, I told y'all the mind creates the experience. So it's very important that our dynamic of how we value our health first is a part of our conversation. Because if it's not part of our conversation, then fucking going to the doctor all the time is part of our conversation. Always needing to see somebody to tell me how my body's working is part of the conversation. Always having prescription medications for things that in which herbs could supply the same solutions for, always in the conversation. Gotta go pick up my prescription is always a part of the conversation. Always got a prescription is part of the conversation. You want that? Do you want that? Do you want that? Because if you want that, that's cool. Because shit, everybody has a choice. I'm choosing way far away. Shit, I'm choosing a continent away from that. Shit. What? I haven't been ill. I haven't been ill, bitch. What? What? And I'm not going to. Because I value what? My health. But I tell you what, jump 10 years back, I'll tell you right now, I had some fruit snacks. Fruit snacks Scooby-Doo edition. Motherfucking cinnamon toast crunch for dinner, breakfast, and lunch. What? With 2% milk. My acne was busting out the forehead. Still drinking it anyways. What else was I doing crazily? Shit, let's not go down the list today. Let's find another video for that. I feel like we pulled up all the way, and I wanted to explain all of that. And it's a beautiful time like 11:11 right here on this video today. So, with that being stated, that's all I wanted to share, y'all. And this is just a little download from your brother, Gademshi David. Super excited all about it. And, yeah, I think the way in which we choose to perceive our health as a vital piece of ownership and not something to be shared, it should be something that we always maintain more so, because, you know, I don't want to go into it again, but I just seen that a lot of folks could easily spend money on that premium car wash because they want other people to see how their car looks, but they're not going to make sure that they find some premium food so to make sure that they feel good. Who is teaching these folks? Who's teaching these folks? That same person to get the premium car wash and be like, yeah, I don't feel like the salad's too expensive. Let's just go to McDonald's. Just after getting a fucking premium car wash on a car that's being car noted $350 a month, and they got it so somebody else could say, oh man, that John look good. I had to laugh at it because I can't just leave that like that and not interject some don't do that about that. So there goes a laugh. No, I'm not here to tell somebody how to live, but I'm here to showcase my thoughts about life. So with that being said, that's all of it. I'm going to tune in just again. Eat to feel alive, man. You guys know the time. I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace.